What's up, guys? My name's Stu, and today we're going to be talking about the United Earth Defense Force vessel coming to Star Trek Online. That's right, we're getting another 32nd Century ship, but this one isn't a Starfleet ship, it's an Earth ship. But when I first saw this thing in the episode it was in, I thought it was like a satellite or some sort of defense platform. Nope, apparently it's a ship. The ship will be coming to the Infinity lockboxes for PC on November 16th. I don't know when console's getting it, but I imagine it'll be sometime within a month or two. It's certainly an interesting looking ship. Let's get a look at the stats and then we'll talk about it a bit. Here it is, the United Earth Defense Force vessel. It's certainly an interesting looking ship, and its stats are just as interesting as its appearance. Not only is this thing a full command ship, but it also has a pretty unique bridge officer layout. Also, it's a warship, which is weird for a number of reasons. The ship has a hull modifier of 1.25, a shield modifier of 1.4, which is very high, especially for a warship, a 4-4 weapons layout, 3 device slots. The bridge officer seating is rather interesting because it only has 4 seats, but 2 of those seats are commander level seats. It has a commander tactical / command seat, a lieutenant commander engineering / command seat, a lieutenant science seat, and a commander universal seat. In the consoles, it has 5 tactical, 3 engineering, and 3 science. It has a base turn rate of 8, an impulse modifier of 0.16, and an inertia rating of 75, which means despite this thing being a warship, it's actually going to handle more like a cruiser. Its power buffs are plus 10 to weapon power and plus 10 to shield power. It can equip dual cannons. It is a full command ship, so it will have the Inspiration command specialization abilities. And as I said earlier, it is a warship, so it will have the Destroyer Mastery package, meaning it will have passive buffs to accuracy, crit severity, crit chance, and all damage. The console this ship comes with is called Mobile Defense Net. What this does is create a giant shield bubble around your ship that looks like a giant glowing D20. While that shield bubble is active, you and any allies inside the shield will receive several shield buffs, including buffs to shield hardness, shield restoration, and setting your shield bleed through to 0. Additionally, the player that activates the console will receive several movement restrictions. This console will also include buffs to maximum shield power and maximum shield capacity. The starship trait this ship comes with is called Proximity Alert, which surprised me because when we saw it on the livestream on Wednesday, it was called Interlaced Emitters. I guess a last minute change was made. With this trait, anytime you activate a Bridge Officer Shield Heal ability, you'll also receive the following additional buffs for 3 seconds. Plus 20% to shield hardness, automatic redistribution of your shield facings, and become immune to shield drains. So overall, the ship is interesting, but honestly, I'm not super into it. The Bridge Officer seating is really the only thing I actually like about it. It's like they took the seating from the Temporal Light Cruiser and the Mirror Warship, put them on the same ship, and then also gave it command seating. I actually really liked that. It does have a 4-4 weapons layout, which is kind of a bummer, but that seating really does kind of make up for that. 2 commander level seats, one of them tactical and the other being universal, that's pretty huge. But that's kind of where it ends for me. My biggest issue is how shield focused this ship is. The high shield modifier, the buff to shield power, the very shield focused console and trait. I've said for ages now that shields in Star Trek Online really aren't that great. Too much stuff breaks through them too easily. And while I can appreciate the dev team trying to introduce new things to make shield tanking more of a viable thing, in fact, if I had that trait, I might actually try to make a shield tank, because it actually sounds pretty decent. The immunity to shield drains it gives might actually make this viable against the Borg. At least it did on Wednesday when they showed off the tooltip on the livestream, because there it said the buff lasted for 6 seconds, but the blog states that it only lasts for 3 seconds, meaning this trait has already been nerfed. I get that the things on the livestreams and even here on the blog are always subject to change, but come on, after all that talk about trying to make shield tanking more of a viable thing and then nerfing the trait, I guess I really shouldn't be disappointed because it's just reaffirming what I've been saying all along, shield tanking isn't a thing. Also remember, this ship is a warship, which are basically just beefy escorts with no experimental weapon. No one is going to be tanking in a warship. That includes shield tanking or normal hull regen based tanking. Warships are meant to be damage dealers, not tanks. If they wanted to make this a proper tank, they should have made this a support cruiser or maybe even a heavy cruiser, something like that. The ship's size and high turn rate also make me think this really should have been a cruiser. A shield-based warship is just a weird mishmash of themes that just do not go together. And don't forget, this is a lockbox ship, meaning it's going to be very expensive and will only unlock on one character. So there really isn't much point in me making a shield tank when my hull tank works just fine on traits that are easier to obtain. I've been waiting quite a while for a warship that was also a command ship, but this is nothing like what I had in mind. But I guess that isn't a bad thing, because that means the layout I do have in mind still has the potential to be placed on a better looking ship. So yeah, that is the United Earth Defense Force vessel. Like I said, interesting ship, but not one I really feel the need to get. The ship isn't bad, but honestly, there are plenty of other command ships I can put torpedo builds on. I really don't need another one right now. But I'm not that into the console or the trait, plus it's a lockbox ship, so it's going to be obnoxiously expensive and only unlock on one character, so Actually, that sums up my review of this ship pretty well. Just It's not bad, but it's not enough for me to care about it. Anyway, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. I know you've heard it a million times, but it really does help with the channel, and I do appreciate it. My name's Stu, and I'll see you guys next time.